thought I'd just go live with you guys. Let me get over here real quick and look at my computer. Okay. I don't know how. I'm going from my phone. I've never gone live from my phone. So I'm going to try this out. There we go. I need to get into the live. Let's go here. No, 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 no. Oh, come on. All right, that'll do it. No, that's not what I want. Need it back over her. So, hey Mel, hey Sandy. Yeah, I'm just going to be sitting here filming a tutorial, and I thought, hey, why not go live, right? Because the tutorial setup is up. It's bright, and I've never gone live from my phone, so I really don't know what I'm doing on the phone. Sorry. I'm just trying to tighten something down so my phone can quit swiveling every which way. And there we go. All right. Oh, there was something I needed to do to the video. Give me 1 second, because I need to block trolls. Because I just never know. And there we go. All right, so I'm just going to be sitting here, like I said, filming a tutorial. And I'm going to try to pay attention to chat somewhat, because everything is kind of in my view to where I can't do that. I got to get my camera situated, but just thought I'd let you guys, see how I actually do stuff around here and all that mess. So I'm gonna go. I need to move my camera a little bit. Sorry, I've never done this on the phone, so we're gonna do it now. I don't know why it doesn't want to do what I want it to do. Sit. And I have my energy drink. So we're gonna go ahead and get some filming done. I need to mute this so I can make sure my mic is still connected. Tap. Aha. All right, so let's start filming. So now we're on row 58. With 58, the border's already up. We've already done our border. Now we need to do 22 simple stitches of our red color. So we're going to go ahead and pull up our 22 simple stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this is the parts that I normally will just fast forward through, because it's repetitive, so I fast forward through that stuff. I know this is a little boring, but I want to let you guys just know how we do it behind the scenes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And this is where I start to kind of pick it up. When I'm doing the filming is I'll cut out all that, and then I start picking it up right when I start getting close to the number of stitches you need. So 19, there goes 20, 21, and 22. Now that we have our 22 red simple stitches done, now we need to do a total of 10 simple stitches of gold. So we'll do our 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's get that back over here. So we have our 10. Now we just need 2 simple stitches of red. So 1 and 2. Drop our red, pick up our next gold. We need to do a total of 19 simple stitches of gold. The first simple stitch will go into our red. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and number 19. So we have our 19 gold up. Drop our gold, pick up our red. Now we need to do 21 red. Well, that will take us all the way to our edge and to our border. So you go ahead and finish the border, do your standard return pass, pay attention to your color changes, and then start the border for row 59, and I will meet you as soon as we get done with our border in row 59. See you in just a second. And that's how I film a row. And then I change out. What I'm looking up here is I have my other camera. Like, I'll show you. Boom. And that's how I keep making sure my hands are always in the tutorials and all that. So, hey everybody, thank you for coming in. I'm just sitting here, just going to do a live tutorial, like, well, not a live tutorial, but show y'all how pretty much kind of behind the scenes. I may get in trouble from bigger tutorial people. Nah. I'm not showing you magic tricks, but showing you how the magic's done for us behind the scenes, and how we do it, you know, and how I do it. I do it a little different than everybody else. Everybody does it differently. My setup is different than most people's. I can't afford all that fancy stuff that they do. You know, I use a simple webcam that's on a nice little boom arm. Like, see if you can see it. That's my camera, and it's on a boom arm that's attached to my desk. And that's just how I do it. There we go. Let's see. And then my mic's right here, and I don't have to move anywhere. It's nice and comfortable. I can sit here and just do what I got to do. And this is my life. This is what I do every day for hours. This tutorial I'm working on right now, I actually took a break on for almost a week because I had other projects I wanted to complete, and I did. I completed 4 other tutorials. I got 2 more that are waiting on this to be done, so I can just finish filming them and get them going and get them out, scheduled, edited and scheduled, and all that happy stuff. But and I know if y'all been in other people's lives, y'all have heard me talk about, or y'all seen me mention, you know, I'm probably going to have to cut down on my lives. It's the scheduled lives I have an issue with my heart. They give me like extreme anxiety because they're scheduled. Pop-ups like this is literally a true pop-up. Like 10 minutes ago, before I went live, I wasn't even thinking about doing this. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? Let me do it. Those don't really affect me. It's the scheduled ones that affect me. And yeah, so I've got to figure a balance out, and plus I got a new med, and they're adding another med to it, so I need to see how they affect me. And hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes, right? But what I do with like when I'm doing graph GANs is, or like this tapestry is pretty much I graph out every row and I assign color. Of course, you know, hello. Uh, so I assign colors and I know how many stitches per color. Yeah, I hope the meds do too. Um, so I know 10 brown, 23 red, 9 gold, and I write all that out so that way I can just read it off and I can see it at a quick glance, and I'm not having to shuffle around. You know, it makes tutorials go a lot faster. I don't know what, you know, I've been doing that way for years anyway when I've done color work. So it helps out a lot, just especially with doing tutorials all the time. But I hope the new meds do work too. One is like, because after my lives, and sometimes even during my life, I don't have, like, my heart issue isn't a life threatening heart issue. It's back in my early 20s, and I complained about it when I was in the military. I had a heart issue that they could never figure out. Well, down to March of this year, we figured out, okay, well, it was a blockage in my heart on one of the arteries, but my heart created its own bypass, and it but they're not as, it's capillaries more instead of vessels, so they can't get the blood when I get excited or anything like that fast enough to the heart. So now they're, you know, if you ever see me pop something in my mouth when I'm on a live, it's usually a nitro to help. And so I don't want to have to be doing that. One of the new pills is, well, they're changing my normal heart pill that I take for the anxiety. Instead of twice a day, one in the morning and one at night, because they make me sleepy. I don't get nothing done. I have to drink energy drinks to combat the sleepiness, which is also not good for the heart. Well, the new pill is a once a day pill that I would take when I go to bed. Another new pill is a slow dose, slow release nitro that will help those little capillaries get the blood where I need them. So we'll see if it works. I don't have I don't, my cholesterol is great. Everything in my heart is great except for that blockage. They can't go in and operate because it's too small, and it's been there for 20 plus years, and they're just like, well, we can give you meds to combat it. So that's what we're going to do. And this is kind of weird going live from my phone. I normally go live from my other webcam. It's actually kind of decent to be able to sit here and still work and chit chat with you guys. And I have my other monitor have the live up just in case we get somebody that wants to be rude. But you know, this is just how I do things, though. Let me see something here. Well, Lana, thank you so much. I don't have all that fancy stuff on here. It's only on my StreamYard, unfortunately. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lana. Wow. But, you know, I was kind of getting bored, and I'm probably not. I know Russ is probably going to do his live later tonight, and I'm probably not going to go up on it because I need to. I'm so far. I'm far behind. Um, and I needed a break because, like, with this tapestry, uh, hey Cindy, hey everybody that came in. With this tapestry, I have to sit a certain way, and it starts hurting my back. So I took some time off. I created a new stitch. Well, I can't say new stitch. it was an unnamed stitch that I ended up calling it the Harvester. And I ended up making an infinity scarf out of it. Just to, you know how I like to do things, drop a stitch, make something with it. And so I got that filmed. I've got 2 ear warmers filmed during that 4-day hiatus I took from filming this. And then, because those I can set a little differently, it's because of the bulkiness of this and having to, I don't know, it's like stretch a little bit. Kind of starts burning your back, especially it burns my back where I have my implanted spinal cord stimulator, which I need to turn up. So let me find my other phone to turn that thing up. Oh, that's awesome, Cindy. Yeah, my spinal cord stimulator has its own little phone because it's not. It's the app is only up to, oh, what is it? Whatever iPhone level this one is, that's as far as it's gone. So they gave me a free phone for it because it doesn't go with the 15 or 16 or any of that stuff. Well, hello, Noreen. How are you doing? And from Michigan. Oh, come on. Sometimes it wants to connect. I got to keep it close. It's Bluetooth, so it's got to connect. So I can turn it up, and I'll show y'all what it looks like. As soon as I can get it to connect. Hello? You're right there. There we go. But that's what it looks like. So I can turn it on, turn it off, turn it up, and the part that's blue is where it controls the pane. Now it's also spread to the other leg, so I gotta have them turn on the lead for that one. But I mean, I gotta turn it up though, because we got a cold front coming in tonight, and it's bringing a lot of moisture. Hey, Chris. And come on. Ooh. There we go. Turned it up to 40, but there's a better picture of how much it actually covers on my body. All that blue area is what it covers, and it helps 90% of the time block the pain out. Or 90% of the time it blocks about 50 to 60% of my pain, so hey, it's worth it. And I didn't have to pay for it. The VA did. But let's see, we're on row 59. How you doing today, Chris, and everybody in chat? Well, hello, Don. About to start the next row of this Tunisian tapestry. Oh my gosh. Pammy come in? Oh, can't tell. Everything is in the way over here. Trying to look like a stretching my neck. But and Panda's at work. He won't be home for another 3 hours. Get a drink because my mouth gets dry when I'm filming. Like really dry. Oh man. Do I feel the eyes? I don't see, and that's a good thing. I don't, the eyeballs on this, Chris, there is no eyeballs coming from my phone, so I'm good with that. I don't feel them like it does in StreamYard. I need to, where is, there it is. All right, got 59 ready, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to start my next row. So now we're on row 59. And with row 59, we already have our border pulled up. And now we need to do 23 red simple stitches. And we're going to go ahead and pull those up. So 2, 3, 4, and now we cut away because I speed through this stuff because it's repetitive, and when I'm editing, I don't like the sound of my own voice. And I need to count because I just totally lost count. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. And with number 23, we go ahead and we drop our red, pick up our gold, and we need to do 9 simple stitches of our gold. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So drop your gold, pick up your next red. And with our next red, we need to only do 2. So we're going to go ahead and do 2 simple stitches of red, 1 and 2, and then drop that red because you got to pick up the next gold, and we need to do, oh my gosh, my eyes, 18 simple stitches of gold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Scoot you back. Oh man, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14, 15, 16, 17, and number 18. Drop your gold, pick up your red. Now we need to do a total of 22 red. Well, that'll take us all the way to our border. So you'll go ahead and complete your border, do your standard return pass, pay attention to your color changes, and I will meet you right back over here after you complete the border for row 60. See you in a second. That's all it is. But it's a lot of that, though. You know, filming each individual, especially with this tapestry, you have to film each and every row. Because let's see if I can pull it enough. I have to film every row. Okay, let me get my lines back. So, hope y'all are doing good today. Maybe get this real quick. Make sure I'm at 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Split it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Okay, now I can pay attention. Hey, Nessa and Debbie, how are you doing today? That's awesome, Nessa. They came back. Yeah. You know, I had, it was UPS that was really bad about the door would be wide open, you know, and literally I was, the VA sometimes will send meds through UPS, and I was needing something, and they, I, I was sitting by the door, uh, and then I was doing, I don't remember what I was doing, but I got up to go use the restroom, but in just in that 2-minute time, I got up to use the restroom and come back. The vet, they didn't ring the doorbell. They didn't knock because the dogs would have went crazy. And all they did is left it a little sticky, and I see him driving away, and I'm like, what the heck? Hey, BB, how are you doing? So they do what they want to do when they want to do it. Let me pull that back up. I need to get I have a clipboard hanging that has all my rows on it that are color coded, so it's easy for me to continue following. And the way I make it easy for me to follow is I use a ruler and a clip and just put it underneath. And that's how I don't know how other people do it, but that's how I do it. And it makes, so I don't get confused, because the beginning of this, the Frizzy Beef, you know her, me and her chat a lot back and forth. And oh my gosh, I was getting so frustrated because I couldn't keep my lines straight. Normally, I can keep them straight because I have certain color coordinations with them that I could keep it straight, but this one I really couldn't do it, and I don't know why. So then I was like, you know what? I got a ruler and I got these binder clips. Let me just do this, and it has worked wonders. Hey, Sherry, how are y'all doing? All right, Nessa. But yeah, I'm gonna take a drink. I gotta finish this row so I can get this off. I'm trying to get this done, so I can start editing it Monday or Tuesday and have it out. I'm praying by Friday. It may, normally, if you're a member of my channel, I give members 2 to 3 day access, earlier access of the videos, but sometimes because of the crunch time or how many clips there is in a video, they may get it actually, the same day everybody else does. But I try to get it out to them as early as I can. Just like the stitch tutorial for Monday, my members have already gotten, and it's a simple stitch. It's just, a stitch that actually looks pretty cool when you work up stuff in it. It's nice, airy. It's just a really cool stitch. Oh, I can only imagine, Chris. Like when I do regular crochet, my fingers, when I'm regular crocheting, like my fingers and my wrist really, really kill me. But when I do Tunisian, that doesn't work. It's my elbow. Depending on the size of the Tunisian. If it's stuff like this, it doesn't bother me. But like blankets, that's when it'll start aggravating my elbow. And then I'll bring out it's in my drawer down here, my elbow brace, and I'll spray some, what's that stuff called? Biofreeze. And it helps, you know. But that's the life of a tutorial channel. You're constantly doing stuff that'll put you in pain. And I'm just trying to get a lot, what am I doing? Of tutorials filmed. Get a nice little bank of film tutorials. So, because I know there's going to be times during the winter that I'm going to be hurting and I'm not going to want to film. So I'm just trying to get a lot done. Excuse me. After I finish this, I'm going to film the remaining part of the 2 tutorials that need to be finished. And then I got to film, I'm actually out of filmed stitches. So I need to film a good mess ton of stitches. And my list of stitches that I got to film It's right there. And that's a lot of it'll get me until March with that list. So I'll be good on stitches for quite a while. And then I can get back to regular tutorial items. Because there's, oh my gosh, there's a lot. There's some shawls, there's a sweater, there's a couple of cardigans. And I got a really whimsical one in my head that I want to do too. And then a bunch of hats and stuff. Exactly what Chris says. Yeah, the Tunisian uses different muscles and it's different movements, so it's easier. It can be if you're getting pain in your hand or pains from crochet. If you know Tunisian, then you can just switch up to Tunisian, and that helps relax what you're using. Because it's all about the way you hold. The holding with Tunisian is different, and it just helps you relax your other crochet muscles. Make sure everything's straightened up. Turtle, yeah, it does. It does make a thicker fabric. There are some stitches that are very airy and loose. Like this is the part of the infinity scarf. I haven't finished the infinity scarf because I need to finish it for the tutorial. But like this stitch, I don't know if it's going to come across. Yes, that is the harvester stitch, and it all plays too of what yarn you're using, if it's going to be thick or not. And the stitch does have a play too. There are some lacy stitches, but a bulk of it is pretty much thick fabric. And I for one, I like thick fabrics. I'm cold natured. I'm cold all the time. It can be 100 degrees outside and it could be 70 in the house, and I'm still freezing. And is Tunisian work pencil hold or spoon? It's more knife hold. Here, I hold it like that. That's how I hold my Tunisian. And then just, so, I guess knife, spoon. No, yeah, it's knife. That's how I hold it. And that also depends on which needle I'm using. Because if I need to film something fast, like I'm doing right now, I need to, film this stuff fast and work it up fast. I'll use the metal AliExpress hooks because they slide so fast, and they help me do the return pass a lot faster than my wooden ones would. And so I hold these a little bit different. They have little divots for your finger, but when you got a whole row of loops on your hook, that little divot doesn't really matter because you're not going to be working with it. You're not going to really feel it because you got all these loops on. But the metal AliExpress hooks, if you're working on stuff, one, the tip is very sharp. It can split your yarn in a heartbeat. Crafting in the night, it works up slower. And I say that simply because it takes two Tunisian just simple stitch, two Tunisian simple stitch rows to equal a double crochet row. So it takes 2 rows to equal 1 double crochet row. And since we don't turn our work, we're building up slower. So in my opinion, it is slower because of that aspect. So it is a lot slower that way, in my opinion. But let me get this next row done. It's a short row too. And awesome, Vivian. Hold on. It feels like it's going to be easy for me. I am a pencil holder. It will be easy regardless of what type of, like, I can switch between pencil holding when I do regular crochet to knife holding is what for Tunisian. I'm more comfortable with Tunisian. And the other thing with Tunisian is why I do it so much is you got to concentrate all the time. And because you got to pay attention. There are some mindless stitches. Or if you're just doing a red blanket, one solid color, you can do the simple stitch and not really pay attention. But I don't do simple. Um, with color work, you have to pay attention. With uh, or when you're changing color, you just got to pay attention 90% of the time, and depending on your stitch too, so that way you don't drop a stitch. And to me, that keeps my mind busy and off of, you know, we all are adults, and we all get into depression, we get down in the dumps, or our pain just takes over. Well, with Tunisian, my mind is constantly focused on that, so I don't really pay attention a lot to my pain. And I see I've never tried knitting, Mel, so I have no idea. I haven't yet dabbled in Tunisian, but have seen comments about fabric curling. Do you have any tips for newbies on how to prevent that? Fabric curling is going to happen with 90, I'd say 95% of the stitches. It's going to happen because of the way with Tunisian, we don't rotate, we don't flip our work. So you're working only on one side. So you're putting all that tension onto one side. Curling is going to happen. However, there are some stitches that prevent a curl. And that's why most of my blankets and most everything I do like this. Like the brown here is different. This is the reverse stitch. Reverse stitch is an anti-curling stitch, and so I do the anti-curling stitch first before I start doing the simple stitches or any of the other stitches because it counteracts a curl. And excuse me. And if it's something that I can't put a reverse stitch or purl stitch border on to help counteract the curl, then I just deal with the curl at the end. Since I use acrylics 90% of the time, acrylic is, you can block it to get it out. And you can do steam, get you a handheld steamer. They're cheap at Walmart, 10-15 bucks, and just steam it straight. And you can block it down and then steam it, and then it'll just let it sit there and for about 15 minutes and it's done. Or if it's a natural fiber, then you just wet it, wash it like you normally would, and then just block it wet. That'll get rid of the curl. And Noreen, I don't, yeah, Tunisian uses a lot of yarn. I tell people that want to make Tunisian blankets. Ooh, I hit my camera. That if they want to make a Tunisian blanket, and they're used to crochet, but they don't know how much yarn to get, I always tell them double it. You're gonna have some extra, but just double it. Yes, and Jan, it is so easy. It usually uses 1.5 times more than regular crochet. Tunisian in general is a yarn eater, and then there's a lot of yarn eater stitches, just like there are in crochet. And that's me. Yeah, and turtle, like it really is great for a stash buster. Oh, that's awesome, Sam. Gotta get this gum chewed down. But like my mouth is constantly dry because one of the pills that I take for my heart, and two, when I'm filming, you're constantly talking, and oh my gosh, my mouth gets so dry. So that's why I chew a lot of gum. Plus, it helps with my anxiety. Like when I go live, like pop-ups don't bother me. It's the scheduled stuff. And those, because I guess the way my doctor explained it to me is I get to think about it, which builds my anxiety. Okay, Lana, thank you for being here. And thank you for joining. Thank you, sweetie. Oh. But let me get this next row filming. All right, so now we're on row 60. With row 60, we've already pulled up our border. Now we need to do 23 simple stitches of our red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we speed through 6, 7. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Chris, I'll answer you in just a moment, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Now we go ahead and drop our red, pick up our gold. And you're going to want to do 9 simple stitches of gold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Drop your gold, pick up your red, and you're going to do 1 simple stitch of red. Now drop your red, pick up your gold, your next gold, and we're going to want to do 18 simple stitches of gold. The first one will go into that last red. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. That's 10. 11, 12, 13. Oh my gosh. 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So we're going to go ahead and drop our gold, pick up our red, and we're going to want to do 23 simple stitches of our red. Well, that'll take us all the way to our border. So you'll go ahead and complete the border, do your standard return pass, pay attention to your color change, and I will meet you back at row 61 after we do the border. I'll see you in just a moment. And let me change the row number for my filming. Okay. All right, Chris. My email is mdlcrochet@att.net. Well, hello, Louise. How are you doing today, Miss Soulblade? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I tell Panda I'm not cooking today. I've got a lot of filming to do, so it's leftovers. Gotta have those leftovers. And what a better day to use them. Since today's the first day I picked this up in 4 days. It's been sitting over on the other side of my desk, not being touched, so I could get other. I just wanted to do other stuff. And then I'm working on a Ruana, and I actually thought I had enough yarn for the Ruana. Hey, Denise, I'm doing great. Thank you. Hope you are too. Um, and I thought I had enough yarn for the Ruana. Well, after getting through one cake, I didn't. So I had to order 5 more. Because I had 5 cakes, and it was the Premier Gradient, which is very nice yarn. I've never used Premier till just with that starting on that Ruana, and it's actually pretty nice. I haven't been I've just never used it. I mean, I've got all this big twist that keeps coming in, so that's what I use, and it's not bad. And I'm actually digging it. So I had to order. I was like, oh, I want to use this for a Rwanda that I had in my head. I started working it up. I got through one cake, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need more. Hey, Don P, how are you doing? So I had to order more, which won't be here until December 2nd because I'm not paying for that extra shipping. And, with the holidays coming up, so I'm like, whatever. Just, I'll get it when I get it. I still have 4 cakes left that I can continuously work on it because I'm going to use it. It's the one, let me pull it out. It's right down here. I have everything in their own little cubby so I can oh, it's right there, Michael. What are you doing? Goodness gracious. It's that one, the Sky Tones. And I'm going to trim it and this faux fur from Big Twist, the favorite faux fur, in that same color. And it's coming out really good. I like the way it's coming out. And it's going to be called A Mother's Embrace. Because, well, it's in honor of my mom. And y'all know how that affected me when she passed away. So, and in the way the Rwanas sit on you, they're hugs. So, a mother's embraces. Good. I'm going to be using it. I'm going to be stitching it on as regular crochet. I'm not going to use Tunisian crochet because I would need 10 times more than what I have. I have 8 of those, and I'll need a lot more if I was going to do it in Tunisian crochet. So it says for the faux fur to use, a 15 millimeter. That's a big sucker. Let's see. Well, you de-stress away, Louise. Hey, Amber. I don't know if I can do it on this side. I'm going to do something over her, though. Come here. Where are we at? There's my mouse. Let's see. There you go. All right. I'm afraid to do it on my phone. I could have probably messed everything up on my phone if I would have touched it. But this is the first time I've gone live from my phone, so I just thought I would try it. But so besides D and Mama G Gear, who all else comes on today? Oh, thank you. Well, like my mom's favorite colors were blues, so I had all those blues, and I was just like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I didn't want to do it in like in a solid blue, and I wanted to do it in the gradient. 'Cause I'm gonna try to color control it as best as I can to where it actually looks gradient and not all over the place. And it's coming out awesome. I'd show y'all, but that's gonna give it away, and I don't want to give it away just yet. No, Denise, I know Jax says she's not feeling good. So she had to cancel Saturday live. And I know late tonight, Russ may go live. Since he didn't go live last night, he'll probably go live tonight. And that's all I really know. And I know Thursdays are starting to become really busy again. Because I know they were busy during when we did Triple Threat Thursday, and then I had to step away for pretty much what I'm doing so I can get a lot done. And then it started dying down, and now Thursdays are starting to pick back up. Let's see. Yeah, I do too. I hope she feels better too. Oh, I need to move my slider. There we go. So I know which row I'm on and I don't get confused, because that was killing me last time. Or, ooh, I shouldn't have said that. It was hurting me last time. And I was saying a bunch of choice words. Oh, come on. And then, like, I can never roll these cakes to where they're just loose enough to where I can pull the yarn out without moving the cake. It's either too tight or just too tight. No matter if I purposely roll them loose, they're still too tight. When do I got to start adding other? Okay, the red comes up row 67. Oh, red and green comes up on row 67. Well, the burgundy, mulberry, and then forest green. Oh man, there's a puppy out in the hallway. He knows that when these lights are on, to shh, and he tiptoes around. Here he comes. Let's see if I can get him in the picture. Come here, Bubba. There he is. That's my shadow. My Tazzy. Oh, man. Yes, you are. Yes, you're such a sweet boy. He's got stinky breath that we need to give brushes to. Yes, we do. We need to give you your brushy teeth. Mwah. How you doing, my Tazzy? He's an old boy, though. Well, I say old. He's 9, going on 10. We've had him since he was a puppy. 6 weeks old, huh? Yes, we have. All right. Thank you, bub. He literally, like, he'll sit here behind me or sleep behind me. He, like, up against my chair. So every time if I need to get up to go use the restroom, I have to look back first, tap him, because 9 times out of 10 he's out cold, and then I'll tap him, and then he'll move. He's got his own little bed back here in front of the closet, which holds all the rest of my yarn that I don't have out, and he'll sleep there, and that's really it. When I'm filming, though, he'll go outside into the hallway and lay down, because normally when I'm filming, Panda's home and I shut the door and I can film and I don't have to worry about much. And then sometimes, like, I'll be in the middle of a stitch count and then he'll just start licking himself, and this mic is very sensitive and it picks it up, so I have to, like, freeze in step until he's done. Or I'll just look over at him and be like, are you done yet? Yes, Chris. Yeah, he has to be close to me. Yeah, especially whenever I'm in my severe pain stages, he'll, because it's my leg, so he'll try to crawl underneath my desk and be as close to my legs as he can be. And he'll just sit there and just lay by the leg that's always hurting. And because I'm always sitting underneath a heated throw, because I'm always cold. And I have, I call them my winter socks, but they're my everyday socks. I have a pair of regular socks on, and then a pair of the like heavy work boot thick socks. They keep me nice and warm. And they really do, Vivian. They know when we do. And Sherry, that's when I go to bed, whenever I do sleep, he sleeps by the bedroom door. If Panda gets up, he won't move for Panda or anything. He'll just lay that to that bed, and if he hears me turn over or grunt because I'm in pain, he'll perk up, but then go lay back down. And then if I get up to go to the restroom and go back to bed, you can just see the look of disappointment on his face. He's like, he's going back to sleep. Yeah, and then if I'm trying to, like, if I need to go to the store and I'm putting my shoes on, he will literally grab my shoes and take off with them so I can't leave. And I'm like, I need my shoes. But that's him. He knows I'm talking about him. Oh, I already did that this month. All right, gonna do the next row. Ugh. 61. All right. So now we're on row 61. We already got a border pulled up. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do 24 simple stitches of our red. So go ahead and pull up 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, maybe film that one, 22, 23, and number 24. So go ahead and drop your red, pick up your gold, and you're going to want to do 8 simple stitches of your gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Drop your gold, pick up your red, and you're only going to want to do 1 simple stitch of your red. And then drop your red, pick up your next gold, and you're going to want to do 17 simple stitches of your gold. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Drop your gold and pick up your red, and you're going to want to do 24 simple stitches of your red. Well, that'll take us all the way to our border. So go ahead and do the border, do your standard return pass, pay attention to your color changes, and I will meet you back right after the border of row 62. See you in a second. Ooh, I did that wrong. I already messed up. Thank gosh, I'm not filming that. And everybody just heard me say that. Oopsie-doo. All right, let me stop that. And stop. 62. I name every file with the row number. Just makes it so much easier when I'm editing. And let's see, what did I miss? I have to go over here to see. Okay. Where's my mouse? I have a cat who's like that, to use the lap desks as her bed. So she is usually laying on the one place. That's all funny, Amber. Both my dogs are telling me around with every move I make. That's him. The older one, she doesn't give a darn. The only thing she cares about is her treat. That's all she ever cares about. Hi, Aaron. How are you doing? All right, Cecilia. Be safe, sweetie. Hey, Steve. And now I'm caught up over here. Love being able to see behind the scenes of tutorial making of other. Oh. Well, thank y'all. I mean, it was just. I know. A lot of us normal tutorial make are a little bit of blah, blah, blah. See, I can talk when I'm recording, but whenever I'm on live, I can't talk. No, a lot of the tutorial makers, content creators, a lot of don't really. They'll give hints about behind the scenes and of what it takes. Like if you ever, there's been a few lives that Mikey from the Crochet Crowd does, where he's doing a tutorial, but then he'll pause the tutorial so he can work up what he's doing and chat with us, and then go back to filming the tutorial. He uses his phone. I'm like, somebody that big still is using their phone. I have an iPhone 14 something, and I don't like using my phone because to me it's extra steps. And I don't have a Mac, so I have to plug it in and then move everything over. It's just an extra step. So the webcam plugged into my PC with the screen capture stuff works great for me. Okay, Chris, thank you. I'll look at it here shortly. Um, I know there's a lot. Like I know Tony from TL Yarncrafts, she uses her phone too. And don't get me wrong, and Bod does too. But I'm like for me, it's extra steps that I don't like doing. Uh, and that's the other reason. Like I don't really like filming shorts because it's an extra step. You can only film it on your phone, and then you gotta move it over to your computer, and then like for me, edit it because I'll film a short for a good, you know, 5 minutes, so that way I have enough decent material on it, and then you gotta edit it, and then you gotta make sure it stays in the same aspect ratio. Then you gotta put the music, you gotta do the whirly digs on it, and it's just more work that at the moment I don't have the time for. Editing a regular video, just like for instance, my stitch tutorials, that there's usually a good 30-40 minutes worth of footage in there, but I edit out a lot because I don't know what I want to keep and don't keep, so I keep a lot in there when I'm filming. I don't take a lot out, and then or I just don't stop it, so I just keep it going because I don't know what I'm going to use until I'm actually editing, and then I could take that 40 minutes worth of content that I filmed and I can get it down to between 10 to 15 minutes. And that's the other reason too. I know, Amber, like they sell these phones now with, what is it, not terabyte. And it's like, are you serious? Like, one, looking at the price of those, if I'm going to pay that price, if I'm going to pay $3,000 for a phone that has a terabyte of memory, I'm going to pay $3,000 for a brand new computer or something else I can really use. $3,000 worth of yarn, not a new phone. I mean, I don't use my phone all that much anyway. I text on it. I text, Nessa, Craig, and Panda, and that's about the only people and Russ. That's about all I ever text to. And sometimes I'm on my phone with what is that? When I'm watching YouTube sometimes. But that's really it. I'm not gonna have a 3 grand phone sitting around that all I'm doing is just texting and I'm like, no, 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 no. Plus, if you don't have a I mean, getting the footage off your phone to your PC, like for me, because I love editing and I love the editing software I have, and moving them back and forth or off my phone. 'Cause I gotta plug it in, and then I gotta plug it into my PC, and then first I gotta move the file from wherever it's at and put it into another app so I can move it off my phone into my PC. I'll look at it here in a minute, Don. I'm actually on my phone. uh, yeah. I don't really I don't play games on my phone. Sometimes like, I keep thinking that it was worthless for me. Not worthless, but maybe we should not have gotten me a phone. Granted, you know, because I rarely ever use it. I don't really call anybody. If I have to make an appointment, I log on to the VA app on my PC, make the appointment, and there's just not a lot that I really do on my phone. Okay, I need to switch my row guide down. Yeah, there's just not a lot. Oh yeah. See, I thought about you like this is an iPhone. I don't know. Oh, it's an iPhone SE. So the picture quality is definitely not there. So I can't use that. And it's just for my spinal cord stimulator. I don't have we and then Panda has, the same iPhone I have, and he's on that thing all the time. Between Reddit and TikTok and everybody he texts is in his family and friends, and I'm just like I don't text a lot of people. I use Facebook Messenger. I'll message with Nessa. I mean, me and Nessa talk all the time. She can tell you that. And that's really it. Email. It's either email or Facebook Messenger is what gets used most for me. I don't really text a lot of people. The only person I really, besides Panda, that I text is Craig, and like I said, every blue moon, Russ, and that's it. Oh, and Don P. Every now and then, we'll text back and forth. But I don't really text a lot of people. I don't know. It's kind of a useless thing. But I'd rather use my PC. I have a gaming PC. It's a beefy son of a gun, and I can film, and I have I think that's a 6 terabyte portable hard drive I have over here. And that's where all my crochet tutorials directly film to. And that way, if anything ever happens to my PC, I still have all the files. And then we have another 4 terabyte hard drive, portable hard drive down that's actually sitting on top of my computer that holds about 1,500 movies and about 800 TV shows, because that's what we really just watch. We don't pay for anything. Okay, I take it back. We do actually pay for one. Where is it? Can't find my mouse half the time. One streaming service, and that's for me because I love Law and Order, SVU. So I pay for Paramount or Peacock. We get Paramount Plus for free, and we get HBO Max for free because we have AT&T internet here. It's a gig internet, and we've never had any issues with it. And then Amazon Prime is free. Oh, we do pay for stars. And Hulu's free. So we don't, there's really no reason to have all that. We used to have satellite and cable. Well, we switched from cable because their prices, they just kept increasing their internet, and it was crappy internet anyway. It went down once a week, and it would be down for 12, 15 hours. And they're like, oh, it's the fastest in town. When y'all are up, it's the fastest in town. Um, and then I want to say it was like 2018, AT&T started laying their fiber in the alley, and as soon as it went live, we switched. And I can count since 2018 on one hand how many times our internet has went down with AT&T fiber. And that's 6 years. That's pretty darn good. And the speed is fantastic. We have no issues. We have no issues with them. So we just stick with them. I'm going to film this last row real quick. Oh, where is my map? There's my mouse. Yeah, I love fiber. Well, that was us, Amber. We had here. It was called Suddenlink, and then they changed their name to Optimum or something like that. And then they're saying, "Oh, y'all get a gig. We have fiber internet too. You have fiber internet, my booty hole. It's coaxial cable. You don't have fiber. Coaxial cable, every 5 feet, you're losing a tenth of a percent you're losing a percentage of your signal strength. No, 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 no. At least with fiber, you're not losing anything. And they were just, all we had is internet and basic cable TV because we always set it up. We always set it on our computer, and the fees were just going through the roof, and we're like, what is going on? We have basic internet, and we have basic cable. Like the minimum is packaged because we just wanted it for severe weather alerts. You know, if there's severe weather, bad weather, we can just turn it on and watch the local news, and we're fine. That's all we needed it for. And then it should have, like when we first started, it was like $120, which was fine. And we had them for so many years and not really paying attention because they were on automatic whatever billing, and it would automatically come out of the account. And one day we would look and we're like, okay, there's an extra $100 gone somewhere. And we're looking at the bill, and the bill over the course of like 5 years went from 120 to $245. And then we call, and they couldn't ever tell us what was wrong. And I'm like, or why the prices kept going up. And then we're like, we're just going to cancel. Oh, and before we tried to say we're going to cancel, we're like, well, what can we do to get this price down? Oh, nothing. That's just the bill now. So we mulled over it, and then of course, then AT&T was doing the gig line out back, and we're like, you know what? We're just going to switch. So we go switch, and they're like, oh, now we can help you. No, 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 no. We were locked into the satellite contract for 2 years, but that's fine. And we got the AT&T gig fiber internet, and that was $130 a month combined for those two. Yeah, I think we're switching. And then after the 2 years up, we cut off the DirecTV because we never watched it. We never watched TV, and we pay for the gig internet, $70 a month. Yep, I'm good with that. Yeah, they're just getting greedy, and I don't. It's like ugh. And then they give you like, oh, you're only allowed 500 gigabytes a month. You go over that, and then you're getting charged for every 5 gigabytes you go over, or whatever it is, megabytes you go over, you're getting charged $50 or some stupid thing like that. And it's like, when did limits become a thing? We get unlimited, and we're $70 a month for unlimited fiber. Yeah. And then everything we have in our house. Hey, Scrimshaw, how you doing? And everything we have in our house is connected to the internet. All our lights, most of our lights, except for the bathroom, but most of our lights are connected. And we just tell Google to turn things on, or when we're away, I can just get on my phone and turn things on. Everything's just connected, and I like it like that. Panda really doesn't. He gets frustrated because he doesn't understand, and I keep telling him for years. I've told him, when you say the command to wake Google up, you got to pause a minute for a few seconds before you tell it what you want to do. Hey, Michelle, how are you? So he doesn't understand it, but hey, I like it. Let me get this next row filmed. All right, so now we're on row 62. With row 62, we already got our border pulled up. Now we need to do 24 simple stitches of our red. So that's 1, 2, 3. Sam. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. How many did I say? 20, 21, 22, 23, and number 24. Now we're going to go ahead and drop our red, pick up our gold, and we need to do 8 in our gold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to drop our gold, pick up our red, and just do 1 in that red. And there's 1. Drop our red, pick up our next gold, and we're going to do 16 simple stitches of our gold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank God that gets edited out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and number 16. So go ahead and drop your gold. Pick up your next red, and you're going to do a total of 25 red. And that'll take you to the border. So you'll go ahead and do your border, do your standard return pass, pay attention to your color change, and then I will meet you back at row 63 after we complete the border. I'll see you in just a second. Boom. Hey, KB. 63. Ah. Okay, let's turn this light off because that's bright. See what I missed. Yeah, Sam, he really is. He he gets so frustrated and be like, "Can I just turn on my lights like a normal person?" But then when he's in bed, Oh, I forgot to turn off the living room light. And then he tells Google to turn it off. I'm like, yeah, somebody who doesn't like it, you use it a lot. Yeah, Mel, and limits. Well, it's they introduced the, like you said, because of the amount of customers they got, and it was slowing down their system. But yet, they created that mess themselves because they kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Monopolized areas. And it's like, okay, if you're going to monopolize an area, make sure your system can handle it first. Let's see. Aaron, yeah. And see, I don't, on certain things, I really dislike sewing in ends. But like when it comes to blankets, something about sewing in ends on blankets is really cathartic to me. I really enjoy it. But I want to thank you all for hanging out with me for the past, oh my goodness. Has it really been that long? Where's that? 80 minutes? For almost an hour and a half. Oh my goodness. $140. Oh wow. Girl. Oh no. No, 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 no. See, Panda deals with them as he goes. Me, I deal with them after the fact. Um, and I'm going to tell you the truth. When I do the stitch tutorials, I don't even weave them in. I just snip them because they're stitch tutorials, and they go on they wall. They're not going to get used. They're just going to hang there. So I don't weave those in. But everything else I do weave in big time. I tie surgeon's knot because the way I feel with surgeon's knots is if it's good enough to hold your organs in place, it's good enough to hold a blanket in place. You know? So, but I want to thank you all for being here and and I'm glad I didn't bore nobody. Like Sam said, I didn't bore her. So I want to thank you all for being here and give you a little insight of how we do this. So yes, and it's really great. It's having all these up here is just as a reference. One, it's a visual reference of how many I've done. Two, it's a reference to where, oh my gosh, if I want to make something, I can look at it and figure out what stitch I want to do it in. But I want to thank you all again. Thank you for being here. And you guys are wonderful people. I love you all. And tomorrow I will be on Twisted Fiber Friends for an interview. And then I'm doing a members live the Monday of Thanksgiving week. And then the following Thursday, I do my monthly live, which for a while, and I'll announce it there, for a while will be my last live for a while because that's when I'm going to start taking my new meds. And I don't know how they're going to affect me. So, and I need to get used to them. One of the pills, which is the slow release nitro, has to build up in my system before I can do any of that. And Aaron, thank you for becoming a member. Man, I wish I should have gone from StreamYard so I could have all the little fancy doodads. But again, thank you all for being here. Love you all, and I'll see y'all next time on the streets. Thank you guys. I hope I do this right.